Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss about communications as well as the advanced robotic issues. First thing, communication theory, communication principle, communication practice, message mapping tools, interview and presentation. Why communications? To improve your organization performance. Are we really communicating what we say to dogs? What to hears? So communication is very important. Always I share with you discuss different things, discuss different type of knowledge, discuss always try to read different journals, read different articles, read different views, read different components. Communication principle: have an agenda, anticipate question, stay within your boundaries, take control, and keep your course. It is not so much what you say. Our behavior affect the perceptions and attitudes people have about us. Communication impact: what you say 30%, content and word. What they see 40%, picture and graph. Engage and touch 70%, model product tools. It's how you say it what's matter. What we say 10%, the word we chose, how we put our words together to create meaning, appropriateness of our words. Speech, how we sound 40%, sound, tones, volume, pitch, articulation, resonance, richness, fullness, quality, variation, emphasize. How we appear 50%, gestures and movement, facial expression and eye contact, presence, body stance, and posture. So that's why always I believe that communication is very important. Communications can help you to grow your smartness. Communications can help you to make a proper relationship in between different kind of people. Why we say content, the word we choose. Okay, less is best. Use colorful inaugurations, use pauses effectively, eliminating paralanguage, appropriateness of your words, know your audience, run a sensitivity check, avoid jargon. How we organize our words, vertical and horizontal communication, message mapping. Deliver channel, what we say verbal, how we say it vocal visuals. Deliver must be effect and professionals. Material presented must be solid and convincing. Understand yourself. How do people perceive you? Aggressive, submissive, long winded, big picture, tactical, professional, smart, etc. Introvert and extrovert. Do you like to communicate or would you prefer to work independently all day, every day without having to talk with anyone? Understanding the audience. Hostile, friendly, or neutral. How favorable towards my point of view? How willing to accept new ideas? Body language, eye contact, look at audience individually. Thank you for listening to me. Rotate audience attention. Make is a person in audience of 20 belief presentation involve them personally. 2 to 3 sentence of science, natural and sustainable eye contact. With a large audience, pick several people in different part of the room. Body language. This is also important, especially when we discuss about body language. Gesture, descriptive and specific visual pictures of what illustrated key points. 55% of the impact come from what people see. Avoid random hand movement. Emphasize, use when describing number, location, size. Get out of your body space. Body language, facial expression, a simple smile, best way to comfortable connects. Part of how we say things. Automatic response to help illustrate word feeling. Carry yourself as a success. Express it with your face. Pride for topic. Happy to be here, etc. Posture and movement convey conversational attitude to put people at ease. Posture should be professional and comfortable. Stand up straight, keep hair up, move with purpose. That stop the do not piece. Voice, relax, breath, project your voice yourself. Quality, rate of seeking, volume, inflection, and articulations. Communications practice, message mapping, media maps, tips and tools. Use message mapping and hit your communication target. A strategic visualization and framework process. Focus on goal and desired outcomes. Create a clear chain of thoughts. Streamlines key points using rule of 3C. Can be used for any communication situation. Our message mapping tool, vertical mapping, organization and clarify your message, key message. Horizontal mapping allow you to brainstorm and colonize your message, ancillaries that help the audience understand or retain the key message. Message mapping sample. This is also very important that how we can do and how we can uh, make a proper relations with the communications, because communications can help us to move in an effective way. Overcome fears of the blank sheet of paper. Introducing eliminating waste times, reduce anxiety, communicate early. Message 1 background. Situation background, gather available data, survey popular opinion. Message 2 develop new data, research current trend, and provide your input. Message 3 determine audience, outline content, review draft with third party. Closing time save, BP lower, issue successful resolve. Background info, what is in it your hand. Message mapping guidelines. First, think about the overall desired outcome from the for the presentation. What is the audience you want your audience to live with? Then think about the three key messages that support the overall outcome. Put them in the three middle boxes. Or once the vertical sections of the message map is complete, you can think about the horizontal piece. This can be stories, example, slide, a prop, etc. Since the focus of the presentation should be on the presenters. These are ancillaries that help the audience understand or retain the message. Next, think about three supporting points to each of these key messages. They go next to the line coming out of the box. These should be words or phrase, not sentence. In the introduction, you want to grab your audience attentions. Maybe use a short story or uh, any coded that related to your message to get them interested in what you have to say. Also, tell them what you will be talking about. The three key messages. In the close, you want to gain reiterates the three key messages. Rule of media engagement. You have right to be treated courteously, to keep the discussion in your area, to no right of review, no not in an interview, not in real life. Avoid media conflict. Be polite, meet flies halfway, take another step, understand that media are doing their job. Do not overstep your brand. Try to prohibit media from doing something they know they can do, such as photograph the facility from public property. Stick to the fact, stick to your message, do not lie. Ever. Mediative, have your own agenda. Your job is not to answer media question. Your job is to deliver your message. Use thought questions to deliver key message. Know your key message point. Maximize of three. What do you want to see in TV or in the newspaper? What do you want to remember? Say it's repeated. Say it again. Repeat with the emphasis. Media tips. Buying times. Cannot talk now. I will call you back. And do it. What do you want to know? Pre-interview discussion. Preview the question. What your angle. Clarify your expertise in advance. Anticipate hard question. Avoid surprise. Use to brace to key messages. Media tips. Body language. Take control. Avoid repetition. Negative statements. Avoid no comments. There is no such thing as of the record. Repeat key message. The interview is not over until the reporter is gone. Hold pros crisis and presentation review, how to prevent a similar crisis in the future, how to improve performance the next time, get feedback from your team and audience, analyze media coverage, plan proactive communication, schedule formal and communications and media training, performance appraisal, job interview, communicating with children and parents, school board meeting, communicate voluntary activities. Communication principle apply, have an agenda, anticipate question, take control, keep your cool, stay within the boundaries. So these are some of the reference about the communications, and always I believe communication is the most important. So you have to develop your communications skills. You have to communicate with your people properly. Always you have to create a good relationship with your peoples. And for that particular issues, what you can do, uh, you can learn from different newspaper, you can learn from different scientific journal, you can learn from news presentations, you can learn from your like from your friends, you can communicate, you can collaborate, you can decide how you can engage, you can be very much helpful for your friends by creating a good team. So this is one part of the communication. Now I want to discuss some other part which is relevant to robotics. So I try to share some of the informations about robotics because in the modern worlds, robotics is very helpful. In the modern worlds, we have to be very much smart. We have to be very much engaged with different kind of industry 4.0 related things. So this is some of the topic we can learn that how the robotics will be helpful for industry. So there are some of the examples, different kind of robots. What is a robot? An electromechanical devices that is reprogrammable, multifunctional, sensible for environment. What is a robot? Manipulators. What is robots? We are observing many important robots. So jobs are dangerous for human. So decontaminating robot cleaning the main circulating pump house in the nuclear power plants. What can robots do? Repetitive jobs that are boring, stressful, and labor intensive for human. What can robot do? Manual tasks that human do not want to do. History of robot. This is some of the very interesting history. I believe that already I share with many of our audience. Actually, from the histories we are observing that robot actually utilizing in many ways. In 1940s, Sparko, the Washington House dog, used both mechanical and electronical components. Isaac Asimov in 1941 introduced the word robots in the science fiction short story Lives. 1948, William Gray Walters built Ilmar and Ilzar, two of the earliest autonomous robots with the appearance of truthless. The robot used simple rules to produce complex behavior. Cybernetics is a discipline that was created in the late 1940s by Norbert Wieners, combining feedback control theory, information science, and biology to try to explain the common principle of control and communication in both animals and machines. 1950, computer technology advances and control machinery is developed. 1954, the first silicon transistor was produced by a Texas Instrument. 1954, George DeVos replaced the slave manipulations in the teleoperators with the programmability of the CNG controller, thus creating the first industrial robot called the programmable article transfer devices. 1955, the Dortmund Samad Research Conference marked that the birth of AI. Marvin Minsky from the AI lab at MIT defines as the intelligence machine as one of that who tend to build up within itself as an abstract model of the environment in which it is placed. If were given a problem, it could fix, explore solution within the internal abstract model of the environment and then attempt extend external experiment. This appears dominate robotics research for the next 30 years. 1956, researchers aim to combine perceptual and problem-solving capability using computers, camera, and touch sensor. The idea is to study the type of intelligent action these robots can capable of a new discipline in born AI. History. 1956, Joseph Engelberg, a Colombian physics student, buy the right of the developed robots and found the Unimations Company. 1956 applied for a parts of the first programmable robot, later named Unimate. 1957 launch of the first artificial satellites. This is Sputnik 1. So long times we are observing it has different historical involvement. 1960, industrial robot created. Robot Industries Associated started that an industrial robot is a reprogrammable or multifunctional manipulator designed to move material, part tools, and specialized drives through variable program motions to perform a variety of tasks. 1961, the first Unimet robot is installed in Toronto NJ General Motors plant. 1962 to 1966, the introductions of the sensor is seen as the way of enhance the operations of robot. Uh, these are the some of the historical moments that how robot actually integrated with our economy, integrated with our industry 4.0 applications, integrated with a lot of innovations. So history of robot, we are observing the RoboCup, the competitive simulating the program of saucer played by two teams of robot having been held around the world since 1997. So 1997, Sojourners become the first rover to land of Mars. 1998, Lego entered the robot market within the first versions of the Lego Mainstorms. 1999, Sony introduced AIBO. So these are the some evolutions, especially 2000 Honda unveiled Asimo, the first non-prototype release of the humanoid robot. 2001 US Air Force test to the MQ Predators, the first arms unmanned aerial vehicles. 2000 iRobots introduced the first autonomous vehicles. 2000 mini and micro robot Smart Dust, Barclay, UTA, EPFL, Louisiana and microfabrics. These are the things actually happening. So these are very various interesting aspects of the robot, and and now we live in 21st century. In the 21st century, robot need not look like humanoids, but they make use of strong and perceived articulate arms to accomplish tasks that were performed by humans. Articulated robot or manipulated fear that they will replace human labors. Use of mobility of repositions the robot from one locations to another. Mobile robot, this can be done by locomotions like human do. Mechanical engineer robot is a multidisciplinary field. Best robotic researcher and engineer will touch upon all disciplines. Mechanical engineer concerned preliminary with the manipulators, mobile robot design. Electronic engineer concerned preliminary with robot actual electronic interface to computers. Computer science concerned preliminary with the robot program planning and intelligence behaviors. So these are the many interesting aspects of the robots, and if we can understand different kind of activities of the robots, we can understand that how we can apply uh, industry 4.0 in our life. And most important thing from my side, I just want to share that we have to be very much competitive. So when we train ourselves in the language and in the communication area, I share two of the things. One is communication related training. Another things I shares about these robot related things. So I request everyone, be careful, because if you are not intelligent enough, maybe robot will take place. So that's why we have to be intelligent. We have to be very much effective. We have to be very much innovative. And most important thing is that we need to be very much careful about the improvement of our skills, improvement of our knowledge, improvement of our activities. So that is the thing. So I request everyone, do some homework on robot, how you can improve your communication skills, your team building approach. Please try. Let's develop your communication skill based on reading, writing, listening, and spoken. So thank you everyone for joining today's sessions. So see you tomorrow.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry for I come late. It was a very rain period, so I come late. So I have a question on robot. Um, why robot increases in the 21st centuries? As we see, it started in 1955. 55. The second question is that will human rules to work as usually as we see how far robots is going as we see in our period. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, Robot actually very interesting and very important aspects. First thing first, why increasing the robot? We are living in industry 4.0. So in the futures, human and robot they will work together. 60% of the manufacturing area robot will take place. So in that situation, we need to work together. We need to collaborate together. We need to enhance our skills. Otherwise, example, maybe I'm a teacher. So if I do not grow my skills and knowledge, I cannot compete. I cannot survive. Okay, robots and the AI they will take place. Same things, healthcare workers. If we do not provide enough services, if we are not enough competitive, then robot will take place. Okay, so that's why we need to be very much competitive. We need to be collaborative. We have to take the preparation. The human and robot they will work together. So thank you for your good question. This is very good question. Anyone has any
Thank you.
questions or anything?
Mm, I have another small question.
Yeah.
As as we prepare for ITS uh, to be or to be working in the UK, is the UK the robots are very increased in this kind of health system or healthcare system. So we can be like we go there, then we see robots are very intelligent than or more for with programmed to be work well than us. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, yes. First thing first, you have to achieve the IELTS score. This is very important, and you have to pass the interview session. Second things like yes, definitely in Europe, they're utilizing all of the modern technology and modern things. So there is a chance you can face a modern combinations of robotics, human, artificial intelligence, all of the important things together. All of the important advanced technology will work together. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone for joining today's session. So see you tomorrow. Take care. This is very good sessions, and thank you for good question, Mr. Peace.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.